Burdens can become blessings in the hands of Jesus. Welcome to day 30 of 31 days of Christmas wonder. And I'm not trying to be cute when I say that. I know that that can actually be a hard pill to swallow because things can be really hard. This life is not easy. There can be tremendous suffering, and burdens can be extremely heavy and overwhelming. So I'm not trying to be cute when I say that, but that's actually the facts. It's the truth. And I've seen it in my own life so many times, and we see it throughout scripture that burdens can become blessings. God can take hard things and make them into something beautiful. Okay, God can take tragedies and bring triumph out of tragedies, and we see this time and time again. That's just how God is. God can take something very hard and use it for his purpose. God can take what the enemy meant for harm and turn it for good, for the saving of many lives, which means he'll use that story, that mess, as his message and touch countless lives through that mess. And so, often when I pray for people, I'm not always praying for a relief of what they're going through. I'm often praying for God's will to be done and for him to give them the strength and the discernment and the wisdom to persevere while he does his work. And we know that God doesn't send things, but he allows things. He allows things in our lives so that his glory may be displayed, and he works them for our good. I love the story in John chapter 9, the beginning of the chapter. It's one of my favorite stories of when the disciples were walking with Jesus through town and they see a man who's been born blind. And so the disciples ask him, Lord, why was he born blind? Did he sin or did his parents sin? Because in that time they believed that any sin would cause something like that if you were suffering or disabled or had a physical ailment, that it must be because of sin. And Jesus responded, neither did he sin nor his parents sin, but he was born blind so that the works of the Lord may be displayed in his life. Okay, that's profound. Think about the things you go through. Think about the things you've been through and will go through, because guess what? We're going to go through stuff. That's just life. Okay, that's just life. But isn't it powerful, and doesn't it give you comfort and hope to know that we're going to go through things, but that God will use those things for our good and his glory? Okay, where if we didn't have God in our lives, we're just going to go through stuff and it's going to be really hard, but he can take those. And let me just say that God will often change our circumstances. He absolutely is a miracle worker. He can absolutely work miracles and change things and just turn things around. He's the God of the turnaround, right? The God of the great reversal. But the most beautiful thing that God does is when he changes us. You see, he transforms us from the inside out. Okay, to me, that's the true miracle. The true miracle is not the signs and wonders. The true miracle is change lives. And so he can change our circumstances, but he guaranteed, if we allow him, he'll change our hearts. He'll change our minds. He'll change the way we actually think. He'll rewire our minds to help us become who he's called us to become, who he's made us to become. So that's the incredible thing about Jesus, is that he does turn and will turn if we allow him to. We have to partner with him in this and obey him and walk with him through our stuff. But he will take burdens and turn them into blessings. So this is an opportunity, if you're going through something hard, to check your foundation. On whom have you built your life? And, is this an opportunity to draw closer to the living hope, who's Jesus, who has the power to display his work in your life and use it as a tremendous testimony to bless others?